Hello, everyone. Hopefully my microphone is working. Welcome to the TSMU Q&A series. I'm your host, Wheels. Currently, I'm running production for the TSMU channel, as well as doing content with the TSM content team. Today, we're joined by Brenna and Jasmine from the content interns. So for this Q&A, we'll be pulling questions from the TSMU Discord. So if you have any questions for Brenna and Jasmine, head over to discord.gg/TSMU and ask your questions in the Ask Stream Questions Here channel. Once you've asked your question, join the waiting room voice channel and wait to be selected to join us. While people are getting their questions in, Brenna and Jasmine, we've been working together for the past, 6-7 weeks. So let's go ahead and just introduce yourself. Let's go and start with Brenna, and we'll go on from there.
Hi, my name is Brenna. I'm a graduate from UCI. Yeah.
Well, what have you been doing at TSM? Let's go. What have you been focusing on?
Oh, jumping in. Dope. Okay. Well, everyone's just hired on as a content intern, but I've really been diving into production in terms of pre-production and shooting content.
Awesome. We'll dive in a little bit later with all the stuff all the projects we've been working on together. And then Jasmine, same question. Talk about yourself a little bit.
So hi, my name is Jasmine. I'm a content intern. I'm a third year at UCI, and I'm a third year at UCI, and yeah, I mostly did like a little bit of everything since this was kind of like my first experience. I helped a little in like pre-production and then production and also post-production as well.
Awesome. So you had the general thing while Brennan was on the the coordinating side. I love coordinators. I don't have to do it at all. The production coordinators over at TSM save production and content. It's great. But anyway, let's go and just hop into the first question. We have Panda Turtle. I'm going to go ahead and pull Panda Turtle in to ask their question. Panda Turtle, you are on the line.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
I was curious, has there been a most surprising thing that you guys learned from the internship so far?
To be honest, for me, when we first started this internship, it was kind of still in the throes of COVID, so I wasn't really expecting to like actually physically be with TSM in any like means or like be on sets or like meet the members of content team in person. But like I don't know, we just made it happen, and it's been a really great experience, honestly.
That's cool.
Yeah, for me, kind of the same since it was remote. I thought everything would be remote, but I was also surprised at how much like they let the interns do. Like they really let us be like hands-on, and it wasn't just like go get coffee, but it was actually like letting us be a part of the production and part of the team.
To be fair, I think we have gotten coffee a few.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. Brenna has ordered a Starbucks before, by the way.
I guess I was. I think that's my only question for now. Thank you.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Thank you, Panda Turtle. All right, let's go and move Panda Turtle out of here. So let's go and move on to the next question. Next question is from Carlos. How far do you think you have come from the start of your internship now? So basically, from the start, did you think it was going to be anything like this?
No, to be honest, like I guess I like personally I set my expectations low for things, so maybe I can be surprised. But I guess I could judge like my progress and just being able to get to know everyone in content team, and like as you get to know all the members and you get to know how talented everyone is. I don't know, just working together just becomes so much more smooth and like in the flow. I think seeing that progression is like really great.
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect at first. It was very intimidating, but everyone was like really nice, and I really learned a lot from being on a team and like actually working on production.
All right, well, let's talk about that a little bit. This seems like a good spot to talk about a couple of the productions you guys have been working on. So at TSM, obviously, we have got a big sponsor. We are now TSM FTX. So you guys got to actually be on production for that. So let's go and just talk about that a little bit with Brenna.
Yeah, it definitely caught me by surprise. I recall the very first production day. I was one of two PAs, and we were in a high-rise penthouse, and it was very chaotic, but very exciting at the same time, for sure. And that was pretty much set the basis for the entire production, which I believe was about 7 or 8 days, which was by far the largest production we've done at TSM, and I'm assuming for a lot of content team as well to be a part of. But like as the set progressed, they just began loading more and more responsibilities on us, which is rare. I feel like an opportunity for interns. Yeah.
Well, I mean, especially here, we want to make sure that like our interns actually get like experience, so then whenever they come on full time, it's easy. It's a very easy transition. Or if it's or if they go on to do something else, it's like, oh, they know how to actually do that kind of thing. Or you've had this set experience before. And then Jasmine, what did you do during the FTX stuff?
Yeah, so I wasn't there for the penthouse. I think I was there like the next day or the day after, but it was at the facility. It was very chaotic as well. It was my first time ever being on set, so I had no idea what to expect. But it was very fun, but it was also really tiring. But I really gained a lot of experience. I really did a lot. I went in with like really no expectations. I had no idea what to do, or like I had no idea what I was going to do. But I really tried to like help out and like get as much experience as I could.
Well, there you go. Well, let's from that we can dive deeper in exactly what more of your internship a little bit later. But let's dive on to the next question. The next question comes from Xavier. What qualities do you think? What qualities do you think made you stand out from other intern candidates? Yeah, go ahead, Brenna.
Yeah. Well, if I'm being honest, it definitely wasn't like my experience in esports because like I was definitely like coming in just more of a casual gamer and I had very limited like understanding of like the gaming community. Like really limited, but I feel like the most important thing for an internship like going in is just your willingness to learn and grow. Obviously you bring in a certain skill set, you have a certain direction and interest that you bring in, but I guess just going out and seeing what's there, because that's what an internship is about, is figuring out what direction you want to take when you do get your first job. And I think it definitely delivered on that on all fronts.
Awesome, and Jasmine.
I mean, honestly, I hadn't had much experience before. I had like very little other than like with friends, or like most of my experience was like remote. My classes were all online, so all of my production knowledge was literally just watching a professor through the screen. But I think during the interview process, it wasn't really an interview, it was much like a conversation. It was,
Yeah.
I think that went very well. I think when they got to know me, I think maybe that's what got me the position. But I guess, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, both of you guys. I mean, I wasn't a part of the, bringing in interns. I don't actually know on top of my head who it was, but for the most part, you guys have actually done like a phenomenal job, and I'm really happy that you guys have got to have that set experience. But yeah, let's go ahead and just move on to the next question. The next one is from Carlos. Other than improving your skills with content creation, do you think you've learned anything else from interning with TSM? Feel free to jump in anytime.
Yeah, I'm trying to, I guess, from just my short time here, I mean, this kind of relates to like anything in regards to like content creation or production in general. But obviously, like when you're on the front end of house, like just watching content like coming through like YouTube, you don't see how like loose and chaotic things can get just to get it to that point. But I guess for me, like I appreciated it even more. Like despite how crazy and chaotic things were to get it done, it gets done, you know. And I don't know. I found that part really interesting in regards to content creation. Yeah.
Gotcha. And then Jasmine?
I think I guess I really learned more like we said before, it was very chaotic, and there was always like last minute changes or things we had to get done very quickly. And so we learned how to work under a lot of stress and how to do things very quickly, how to like problem solve and do things creatively, I think.
True. That is key, especially with content creation, is learning how to problem solve. But actually, we can actually dive a little bit further. Brenna, you were more on the production coordinating side. Did you have any experience doing that in school, or did you just learn on as you went?
Yeah, so I had taken like a few I'd produced before in a few like short films for student projects in the past in regards to like line producing and just logistically planning out shoots. So I guess to be honest, like when FTX like happened, I saw it as an opportunity to like work with our production coordinator Phelan and learn everything I could from her and obviously just like get my hands in as far as I could on like this wonderful project that was like well huge and like daunting to take on, but it was just a really fun challenge, and you know I think it's all the better.
Cool. And then, so let's go and just move on to another question. So let's go and start out with. So, how did you both find out about this internship?
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be the same for both Jasmine and I. We both
Probably.
it was just an email blast through UCI, I guess. Which ironically, like I feel like I mean this internship would not require necessarily like a university degree, but it just so happened that we heard it through our university,
Oh, there
I
you
guess.
go.
Yeah. But like Jasmine said, the interview process was like so chill. Like when I first made contact with the producers, they said that it's just like a meetup. But like in my head, I was like, oh, they're just saying that because it's like it's still an interview, obviously in my head. But it really was just a very chill conversation where we just got to know each other, and you know, it wasn't intimidating at all by the time I left.
Well, there you go. Yeah, that is true. And then, so the interview was more of a group thing, Jasmine, or
I was well. They interviewed us separately,
okay.
but there was two of the producers with there, so it was three of us in total. But the interns were separated. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the first stage, and then the second stage was just a like, uh, it was I think it was just a Google survey essentially where they evaluated like our ability to review edits and make notes and just like give like our opinions and takes on things.
Yeah, that is true, especially when it comes to content. Like, I mean, I edit things all the time and I get notes, and that's just a part of the process.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
yeah, I think they wanted you to recognize like what a good piece of content is and what like, how you can get it
Yeah.
to like that certain point. That does make sense. Anyway, we'll go and jump into the next one. Uh, did you aim to work in esports, or did you want to do content creation in general?
For me, I guess wanted to do content creation in general, but I guess I was always interested in esports. Like I like play games, and so when I saw like the email blast, I guess then I saw TSM, I recognized them. I was like, oh my god, this is opportunity to gain experience and like be a part of like content creation and also esports. But like originally, I guess like I didn't think I'd ever be working in esports, but I'm glad I did.
Yeah, no, for sure. If I'm being honest, did like when they said our company is TSM, I had to like definitely look up TSM and like research a lot before the interview, so at least I had some like grounding of what I was walking into. But I was just excited for like an opportunity towards like the industry in general and any of its peripherals. And I just viewed esports as like a very new and upcoming part of the industry. And I was like, well, I definitely had an interest in like esports, and like I understood like aspects of like gaming, obviously. But so I just saw it as like, hey, like why not? It seems like it'd be fun.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, especially when it comes to the content creation, it's not just like your docu-series. There's commercials, there's ads, there's the challenge videos that we've been doing. There's a whole bunch of content that you could take from this internship and then go work for something else, especially with you guys telling me about the 7-day FTX shoot that I'm still jealous that you guys got to be a part of. And I was not invited to it. I was actually kind of hurt a little bit. We talked about this on the way to Vegas once. But
Yeah.
but that's a 7-day shoot. That's exactly what movies are. Like they're back-to-back days, 12-hour days. I'm sure both of you got like very little sleep that week.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. But yeah, I would say that shoot was definitely comparable to shooting a feature. Like honestly, it was like a little tiny feature, but at that pace and like pressure level, you know.
Yeah, since I hadn't been on set before, it was definitely a lot, and my body had to get used to it.
Threw you off the cliff.
That is true. And then let's talk about that a little bit further. So you guys have been a part of the production a little bit as far as seeing everything. I think the only thing you haven't done is the docu stuff that we do. But what is your favorite thing that you would like to work on, that you like working on while you're at TSM, or while you were at TSM? Let's go with that one. And then Brenna or Jasmine,
Uh,
anyone?
I guess I hate to say it, but I guess FTX because it just felt like every day was so critical. Like for me, I guess I low key do enjoy like just that like ride or die like everyday pressure. I don't know, maybe it's just like I hate myself, but maybe I'm just a film major. But I think just that level of everyone was working at such a high degree of quality and just working so hard every day. It was just such a, I don't know, high to ride off of. Um Obviously like we do other shoots that are more like small challenges or more like interview style,
Hmm.
but the level and scale of that production, I mean, I guess I can't let it go, I guess. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, same. I think like being on production, especially like during FTX, was challenging, but it was I think my favorite part because there was always so much to do, and you learn so much as well since it's like such a big production.
Yeah, I mean, that's the fun thing about I mean production. I mean, like I said, I would have loved to have been on it, but I'm glad everything looked great. I got to be the guy to render out the final piece. Thank you for making it look good. Took a while to render out,
It
but
looks good, Wheels, yeah.
yep, I did. That's all I did on the project. But anyway, let's go and just dive into the next question. Danielle asked, "Are you both currently enrolled in college degree that is directly related to content creation?" Brenna, I know you have graduated.
I graduated just this past June in film and media studies at UCI.
Yes, and I am still enrolled. I'm going into my third year, so far like I'm also a film and media studies major, but so like my experience so far has been remote. So like literally like all my major classes have been online, so I really haven't really had a chance to be hands on until TSM. So thank you.
Gotcha. And then bouncing off that, it will lead us into the next question. And have you had other roles in video production, and how are those roles compared to your time at TSM?
Yeah, I think the very first shoot I came on to like where I was at the facility actually, it was like a very small production, but I was mostly used doing like grip and electric, which is like the first like things I did when I was a film student, which is pretty much just being like the on-set like himbo, like carrying things and whatnot. But from there, like we progressed to, I guess, just general PA work, and eventually, I guess, production coordinator, which is the position I found myself in when our production coordinator fell ill for like one day.
Yeah, for me, I guess my experience, I guess I had two classes where I was able to like make a 1 minute short film for an assignment, but because it was remote, it was just myself and like a small doll that I had to work with. But I really didn't get that like real experience of like working with other people and having like a director, a grip, a gaff, or whatever. So I guess like my roles in video production were very small until then.
Gotcha. And then Brenna, question. I mean, this is gonna be for both of you, but this is just going a little bit further. While you were in college, did you know you wanted to be in film, or like how did this all come about?
Yeah, so unfortunately, I made the decision to switch from mechanical engineering to film. In I believe my second year. Uh, if I'm being honest, I still feel like I can't give you like a explicit answer of how that happened.
Hmm.
It just felt clear to me that like engineering wasn't necessarily what I like enjoyed, even though like I was like decent at it. But I think film I'd always gravitated towards it, like obviously as an interest and a passion. But uh, I don't know. Sometimes you just wake up one day and you're just like, maybe I should like move to California and transfer to a UC and start as a film major, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, going from mechanical engineering to film on the creative side, I mean, that's a huge jump.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
and then Jasmine, same thing. Did you always know you wanted to be in film or any
Uh,
careers?
I guess when like I was applying to college, I was like, what do I want to do? And like I'd rather not do anything with math and science. So I
Hmm.
was like, okay, I mean, I would create like small videos with my friends for fun, and like I liked being behind the camera. And so I was like, okay, I'll be a film major. It seems cool. And then this internships made me realize I also like being here.
Gotcha. All right. Well, we're actually going to bring back Panda Turtle. Panda Turtle has another question for us. So, Panda Turtle, welcome to the show again, and go ahead and ask your question.
So I was curious how hard it was, like keeping composure on like your guys' first couple of days.
That's a good one.
I feel like we were fortunate that for the first few weeks it was primarily remote. Uh, so it just felt like any other Zoom class, that I had attended. It wasn't until like you physically started doing things with content team where it was like definitely more intimidating.
Yeah, same. It was like being remote, it was a bit more chill compared to like when we went in person. And having like back to back production days all day it was like tough, having to wake up so early, going to sleep so late. But it was fun.
Do you guys feel like this experience like motivates you to keep going down this like career path, you would say?
No, definitely. I don't know, like I think the people that you meet, like and whatever opportunities that you find, if like I don't know, if you just gel and you guys get like and understand your guys' like workflow and like style, I think that just like moves your momentum in your career and you just keep going.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for your time.
Well, thank you,
Thank
Panda
you.
Turtle. It was good talking to you. I'll go and pull. Nah, I can't talk today. All right, I'll talk to you later, Panda Turtle.
Bye bye.
Oh yeah, this is fun doing production and hosting all at the same time.
You got this, Wheels.
I do got this. The multi-hat wheels. But anyway, let's just go on. Just go on to the next question. All right. Have you had any other roles in video production? Oh wait, I already asked that question. Apologies. I'm sorry. What advice would you give someone looking to follow your path?
uh, I guess like do as many things as you can in the opportunities you have to figure out what you enjoy because the larger opportunities you get and the like better idea you have of yourself, um like the better off you'll be because like the more specific you you can be about yourself and your skill set, like the more value you bring.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. I think you have to be like, well, going to film, or like if you want to go more into like being on set, I didn't realize how, I guess, challenging it was. And so you really have to like be dedicated and passionate about it.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, I fortunately got to have we actually all got to go to Vegas together, and you guys got to experience the Vegas life in the nice 120 degrees. So we can talk about that a little bit. I mean, Jasmine, I think you were shadowing me a little bit when it came to the photography stuff, and then Brenna, I think you were production coordinating on that one, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. No, that was a fun one. That was round 2 for me. It was just as hot pretty much the second time around. But I don't know, Vegas is always like a lot of fun in that you guys are like the crew is always traveling together, like sharing meals together. And I think even though it does get crazy and it's exhausting, like the camaraderie that's kind of built, it's a good time, you know?
Yeah, those like Vegas trip, it was more like smaller videos. So it wasn't as tough, but it was still like pretty challenging. And it was also like really fun being with everyone like on a trip as well, getting to know each other, building a bond in the heat was good.
Yes, the nice 120-degree walk of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then especially while we were there, Jasmine, you got to help me out on the photography side. What are your thoughts on the photography? Is that something you want to try to do a little bit further? There's more than film. I
Yeah.
just saying.
It was fun. I was intimidated by the players at first. Like, oh my god, I have to tell them like what to do, how to pose. But it was really fun, like getting into it. Yeah, I like it. I liked it.
Yeah, I mean that is true. You did bring up a good point, and that is especially here, you have to interact with players and such. So that's also a different skill set to actually learn is to try to how to communicate and then also relate to the players. So then like they'll feel at ease because these guys. Some of them are content creators and stuff, but some of them are just pro players. So you have to try to break them into it. But I mean, just the one trip. I mean, you guys both did a phenomenal job at that.
It was a good time.
Very, very true. I got the fly back on that one, so y'all got to drive back. So
Yeah, I did not enjoy that.
yeah, the drive to Vegas is always fun. It's just LA to Vegas. There's just nothing. But anyway, let's go and just pull on. Just go on to the next question. All right. All right. So, did you guys aim to work in esports? Or, I think we already asked this question. Apologies on this, everybody. So, what advice would you give students in search of their first internship? That's a great question. We'll go and start with that one, Brenna.
Yeah, I would say like any internship where it actually they give you responsibilities and experiences to build off of, and then like speak about when you're like down the road looking for your future jobs. That's the one you want. Like I mean, obviously, if you had to choose between like a smaller company where you get more responsibility versus like a large company where you're running to get coffee, I guess you'd have to make the call if like the name recognition is like worth it. But I don't know. It's like whatever internship will give you like the most experience coming out of it.
Yeah, I think for me, since I had like little experience, it was tough getting that first one. I had so many people look over my resume, make adjustments and applying to a lot of internships. And there's gonna be like a lot of rejections, but you just need that one internship that believes in you.
Yeah, I mean that's just the same way with content together. You just need that one job that'll lead you to the next, or if you enjoy it, like I do, I'm staying forever. But anyway, so Brenna, that was actually a really good point you brought up about like you have to decide how you want to like on the internship. Are you asking those questions in the interview process, or how are you going about that, trying to figure it out?
For sure. Like in the interview process, it was like I had asked like what roles would we be taking on? Obviously, like day to day, like what would our day to day workflow look like? Um, so I could figure out, I guess, what I was getting in for. And it was very clear that uh like TSM like wanted to allow you to find like whatever direction you wanted, and then like nurture that in like whatever it is you found. Because they would throw in like like tasks like across every stage of like the process to kind of give you a variety of tasks and just different things to do every day for sure. Like I wasn't just like editing or reviewing videos. I was like looking at analytics for YouTube and whatnot. uh, they were very much like, we're here for you guys to figure out what you guys want. And I was like, okay, well, that sounds solid to me. I feel like that's what you want to hear. Like that's best case scenario.
Cool. And then, that's just the fun part about internship is like, I feel like you need to ask those questions, especially if that's not even just internship. Just asking like what the culture's like, what you'd be doing day to day. Those are always solid questions to ask. And then just to tell you the truth, I think this is our first time with content interns or that I've been a part of. So it was definitely great to have you guys like come in, help us out. And also be able to get that experience of like being on set and then all the Brenna, especially for you, the production coordinating again. Thank you to the production coordinators. Without you, I could not do my job properly. But anyway, all right, yeah, there we go. There's the next question right there. So, what was your favorite part of the internship?
I'm trying to. I don't know. I'm looking at the next question, and they're kind of like gonna bleed into each other, I guess. But well, you weren't there, Wheels, because you left on the airplane. But after like we got off set like early from Vegas, and uh, we were basically like, okay, like let's go get dinner. Obviously, like at least like a solid meal, and then after that, the entire time we were at the hotel, we knew there was a roller coaster like in the hotel, and we said like we're gonna ride it like no matter what, like when we have time. And the night before, we couldn't make it because had closed at like 8 p.m. We were like in Vegas 8 p.m. But we just barely got in line to make the like last ride on the roller coaster, and it was stupendous.
I was a little bit jealous about that one.
You can watch the YouTube video about it.
Yeah. Wait, what? There's a YouTube video about this?
Yeah, you just look it up. It's like New York, like Red Apple.
Oh, Oh no, I thought you guys created a YouTube video. I was going to say like you guys did all the content creation like without me. Like hello.
No, you can have the VR experience. Yeah.
The VR experience. But Jasmine, same question. What was your favorite part of the internship?
I guess going on the Vegas trip was fun. You get to be a part of production while also like I guess being together with people who are also with the same interest as you. And so, I didn't get on the roller coaster. I'm scared of roller coasters, but
you were there in spirit, Jasmine.
I watched from my bed, but it was, I think, just being on production and working as a team was really great, and working with others.
Yeah, there was also a couple other interns that we have. Larry especially got to do a lot of the hands-on stuff with the camera work and such, and so we got to have some experience with that. And I just feel like that's just what I don't know. I feel like I enjoyed the internship just as much as like you guys did, because one, we get to have more people, I get to hang out with more people, and two, it's just I have all this vast of knowledge that I just love to shed light on, even though I don't know production coordinating. So that's all failing for you, Brenna. So anyway, you did say that question kind of rolled into the next one. So which is, what did you build up your experience before your internship? There you go.
Oh wait, so can you repeat that again?
What did you build up your experience before your internship? Like, what experience did you have prior to the internship?
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I had been on a lot of productions previously as either like a PA or like first AC or like grip. What I like really wanted to do was like take on like actual like producing like jobs because I'd only done it like honestly for like class, and it's just a very different like standard because you have to hold yourself to like your own standards, and it's not just a grade, you know.
Gotcha.
Yeah. For me, I focused more like on my leadership roles. So I was the like publicity chair of this club and like the photography chair of this other club. And I tried to emphasize like that I had worked on like class projects and like personal projects since I didn't really have like on set or like professional experience. I tried to do what I could with like what I had done myself.
Gotcha. All right. Before I dive in further to this question, I just want to remind everyone that if you want to ask questions to both Brenna and Jasmine, go ahead and head over to discord.gg/TSMU and ask your question in the Ask Stream Questions Here channel. Once you've asked the question, join the waiting room and we'll go and select your question. But anyway, so let's talk about your internship a little bit further. Or like you're like, so can you explain to everyone what a PA is? Because I think some people probably don't know what that is.
I'm speaking just like film person like speak. That's just a production assistant. Uh, that is just the you're there to I guess fill in the gaps for the first AD or the production coordinators to help out wherever's needed.
Yeah, like on the FTX shoot, I like asked the set art people, the set design who were like setting them up. I was like, "Oh, is there anything I could do to help?" And they were like, "Yes." And they were like, "So like help set that up." And so yeah, like Brenda said,
I
just
never saw you the rest of the day once you
yeah.
asked.
Well, I mean, that's just what PA. That's just what I feel like PAs like. I feel like you get the most experience being a PA, like on set, because like you get to see everything, and then you get to see what you're interested in. Am I saying that right?
No, for sure. It's definitely like it's such a critical role to start in because like you can figure out what it is you want. You can kind of like watch the whole thing unfold in like a very like low responsibility role.
It's not low responsibility. It's
I mean, you're not wrong. Yeah.
yeah, it's actually really stressful because again,
Absolutely.
yeah, even though like you're at the bottom of the chain, like as a PA, you're still like it's still like very important that you do what is asked. You like not do
Definitely.
anything like half, like So
We would not be anywhere without the PAs, like definitely for FTX. Like we've depended on them every day.
true, and we do like doing that as well, especially with PAs. Like we do get a lot of PAs, and they do help us out like with some of the tasks that while we're focusing on like getting either shots or setting up, they'll be off going to go do something else. And sometimes as a PA, you're not on set. Sometimes you're running around getting other gear or setting up for the next station or anything like that, or next location. There, that's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
So, and then you also said you were a producer, correct, Brenna, on the other projects and stuff?
Oh, well, like I just meant previously prior to like
Yeah.
coming on to TSM. You could say that production coordinating, a lot of it is like a producing role because you were so wrapped in the pre-production of acquiring the gear and like locking in logistics and crew, and just assuring that everyone shows up and does their job and can do their job properly, you know?
Yeah. And then Jasmine, it seems like you've just been learning like online, correct? And actually no, you said you're part of a photography club, right?
Yeah, well, it was yearbook, and so I was kind of
Yearbook.
focused on the photography part of it. Yeah.
Gotcha. And so you especially in yearbook club, I mean that's like a full-time job almost.
Yeah, it was fun. You know, a lot of I learned how to like I guess work with a little DSLR and stuff, and how to be. I realized I like being behind the camera as well, and just like taking pictures and doing film as well.
Gotcha. All right, well, let's just go ahead and just keep the questions rolling. So, any fun stories you can share from your time at TSM?
I mean, so many.
Yes, there's
uh,
a lot.
I can't even. There's like, I'm like blanking. I don't know, Jasmine. Do you have one? Like,
I guess one time we went to dinner and it was in the Vegas trip, so we all went to
yeah.
dinner together, and someone got like some seafood, and
Oh, right.
they got like some grit, which is like a little bits of sand, which I didn't even know that was possible, but I guess it makes sense if you're getting seafood. But I mean, it was okay. They didn't die.
I'm trying to think. I don't know. It's just like, I mean, I know it's also kind of horrible, but the car ride to Vegas, like, I also do low key enjoy it. I don't know, a little bit. Like, it wasn't until the Vegas trips where I felt like really like comfortable, like around like our like head of production, like Rocky, because like anything outside of like that environment, like he's just so busy. It's like it's very intimidating. But then like on our first Vegas trip, I realized like, oh, he's like such a sweet guy, you know, like he's so like personable, you know, and so kind. So it's like I guess I was just grateful for those like moments, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how you were intimidated by Rocky. Like he started after I started. I was
You didn't
just
see him at FTX, like that was, you know, everyone is like
That's true.
yeah.
Still, everyone gonna know this by the end of it. I was still jealous by that. Well, yeah, I got the. I mean, like the Wolf of Wall Street just looked like it was just fun to be a part
That
of.
was wild, yeah.
So, anyway, I have Panda Turtle coming back for a third time. So we'll go and pull Panda Turtle in. Panda Turtle, how's it going?
What's up?
Hello. I was curious how useful the networking has been for you guys during your internship.
No, it's been really solid. Because in addition to like everyone and all the resource of knowledge you have at TSM, we bring in a lot of contractors, and obviously, like in a that environment, you just happen to like have conversations and have opportunities to just meet so many more people that you wouldn't have.
Yeah, like especially like with the big project of FTX, there was so many different people doing different things, and so that was like a good opportunity for us to like talk to people and just get to know them and like what they do. I talked to like a few of the talents who were like actors, or like I spent a lot of time with the set designers, and so that was really fun as well. And just like the trip to Vegas, also like between us, we also I guess get to know each other a lot.
And I was curious if you guys ever had like any feelings of like imposter syndrome during your experience.
Always.
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah. I mean, I guess because it was again my first internship, so I was like why like should like am I maybe they hired me as a mistake, but I don't know. I came on with little experience, but it was great that they gave me this opportunity. Yeah, but always feeling.
I mean, I literally when I came here, I didn't know what Team Solo Mid was or TSM in general. So like the fact that it is such like a legacy in the gaming community, I felt like a complete just like, you know, fake, definitely like sus, I guess,
Mhm.
among the content team. Uh, but it doesn't really matter because like at the end of the day, it's just like what you bring to the team, and it never mattered to anyone, you know.
Could I ask a follow-up question?
Yeah, feel free.
Yeah.
I guess, did you guys feel like at any point of like turning down the opportunity because you felt like you weren't worthy for it, or was that ever like a thought or
Uh, I don't know about you, Jasmine, but like I was really surprised to get any offer back, to be honest. So I was like, oh, like let's do it. Like, yeah.
Yeah, same. Like honestly, I'll take what I can get. But I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, I was also working like a part-time job as well at the same time. So I guess I was like having like two jobs. So I was like, oh, can I handle this time of like it's summer, I'm not doing anything. When am I gonna get another chance like this? It's like, yeah, I just went for it.
It was like the last quarter of my like my senior year, so I was pretty like bored of my classes at that point. So I was just like, yeah, let's do it. Like I'd rather invest my energy towards something that could turn into something else than classes.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for your time again.
Thank you.
Anytime, Panda Turtle. Yeah, I mean, like, especially when it comes to interning, let's just dive a little bit deeper into it. I mean, I know we've talked about Vegas, we know we talked about FTX stuff, but did you guys get to edit anything while you were here?
Yeah. Or Jasmine, did you as well?
Sorry, what was the question again?
Did you get to
Did you
edit anything?
Oh, it wasn't like a video that was going on the YouTube channel, but it was more like something for like the players to see. It was like it was something for the players to see. That's kind of more behind the scenes, but it wasn't like an actual like YouTube video.
I edited like a first whip, like a first work in progress for I think it's coming out this week hopefully, but I had to pass it on to our wonderful other intern Larry because I got too busy and then he finished it up for me.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, what I'm trying to get at is even like we may. I mean, like we want to make sure you guys got every kind of treatment, or like basically we wanted to throw you in everything, and then figure out what experience or what other path you wanted to go down. I mean, I'm especially doing that today. Like I get asked all the time, like, what do I want to do, and sometimes it changes. So whatever my interests are.
Yeah, no, we definitely were given like every opportunity to do like whatever interested us like at all, you know.
Cool. All right. Let's just go ahead and just go on to the next question. Ash asked, how did you navigate your internship in a remote setting, especially when making meaningful connections or finding support? And how did you seek those out in TSM? And then how did that change from in-person to remote?
I think like one of the first things was like an assignment for us was like the content team they had everyone in content team like explain who they were and like their roles and like what they did day to day, and then our head of production basically said, okay, now each of the interns like memorize that and reach out to one of the content creatives that you would be interested in like speaking more to about like what they do, and like they just made this space and time for us to like actively do that for us, you know.
And I think we also, when working on like projects together with other people, we'll like hop on a Discord call. We'll hop on a Discord call and like kind of be there. And so that's being remote. It's basically just a lot of video calling and being on Discord. And being remote was really, I guess, limited. We didn't have a chance to really get to know like a lot of the members, because I didn't meet Wheels until like way later. And then being in person, there's so many people that you get to meet and get to know.
Yeah, that is true. I don't think any of you guys got to talk with me.
Yeah, I don't even remember if like you were there at that meeting, but maybe I don't remember.
Maybe I don't know. I'm all over the place. I'm traveling a bunch,
Yeah.
now, especially now. I'm traveling a bunch and doing all this production, and then doing as much as I possibly can over here. And then let's just go and just move on to the next question. Ash also asks, how did you receive support in TSM? Was there an internship support system set up in place? And how did you communicate with managers if you had any questions?
Well, we were assigned tasks like typically every week, and then like the producers were just always open and like accessible to us if we had just like small detailed questions, or like actually for Jasmine and I, every week with our producer Chrissy, we would meet up to like work all together in a Discord chat. through like the YouTube analytics. So like actively doing that together, like in the same space, like even though it's remote, I feel like it was like it decently worked for us to all get to know each other better before we like met in person.
Yeah, for sure. I think like Sheen, one of our producers, she was the main person who would like let us know of our assignments, and but we could pretty much ask anyone like if you had a question or anything. But yeah, we had received an assignment every week.
And let's talk about it a little bit. Your assignments that you would get each week. What would they vary in?
A lot of like video reviews, like small edits and whatnot. I'm trying to. I think that was primarily what it was. Like anything that like uh if we asked about it, like I'm sure they would have like it would have been no problem for us to like come on and help in some way in something else we were like passionate about.
Gotcha. And then Jasmine, same thing.
Yeah, pretty much. It was at the beginning was a lot of reviews, and then when we went in person, it was like being on set and helping out with that.
Yeah, and especially like, I mean, I can't emphasize this enough, but I mean, I wanted to make sure that like I've always hated internships that it's like, hey, go get me coffee, even though I know Brenna, you got me Starbucks a couple of times, but
Yeah, I did.
no, we want to make sure that you get something. Again, we want to make sure you get experience out of it. That's why like there's a couple things that while we were in like Vegas, like I stepped away. Like I wanted you guys to like try to get some experience in, even if it's just setting up a camera, hit record, or like being able to talk to anyone just to try to try to gauge where you're at, and especially with both of you being so young. It sometimes takes forever to find out exactly what you want to do. Like I still haven't figured out like where I want my path to go. Do I want to like I'm still still trying to figure it out. And especially like I feel like you guys are it was kind of weird because like you guys were interns but not interns, if that makes sense.
No, at some point you kind of just it falls away. You're just kind of like part of the team to just help out where needed. Like it almost felt like that by the middle part of the internship.
Yeah, like it gets really busy, so like anything that we can help with, I think the team took it the opportunity.
Yeah, that's always good to do, especially when it comes to like helping out anywhere you can. I mean this just goes for anything. Just being able to be flexible, being able to step up, and do and try new things, or step up to try to be maybe in charge of something, which also brings me into this next question. Ash also asked, on top of your projects that are assigned to you / working on, how much freedom did you have when creating new projects or bring forth ideas?
There was multiple occasions where we were able to like pitch like ideas for YouTube videos. And so I did pitch like one or two ideas. But yeah, I think they like give you a lot of freedom to like pitch and also like work on whatever you kind of want to, like helping out. I mean,
No, it's definitely like a really open environment. Like when they say like it's a pitchathon, like anyone can contribute basically because like ideas are ideas, I guess. I don't. I think I had fun like during the edits. Like I mean, they basically just said like here's like the initial cut that was lost, and like here's like a rough format that you can follow, but like from here you can do like whatever you want. So like one of the biggest challenges for that was just like finding like good spots to like meme it up to like make it entertaining and engaging, right? So I think for me, like that was definitely like a good exercise. But I guess now my primary tasks are like logistical creativity of figuring out like quick solutions to tough problems.
Yeah, I mean it's also not just that. I know Rocky was asking you guys a lot, like how do the Zoomers feel about this thing?
He does like love to call us Zoomers. Yeah, no, for sure. The Zoomer brain is different for sure.
yeah, since I guess we're young, or still in college, like we get asked about, what do you think? Like, how can we make this better or different? Like, bringing on like a new perspective.
Well, it's not just that. Like he's also asking me that question as well. Like, how I feel about something. So like it's especially in the creative field, it's more of a group, not decision, but it's more of so say Jasmine, you have an idea, which I'm sure you pitched a couple ideas. Like we can bounce that off and like be able to expand on that idea.
Yeah.
So, but I have a question. Do you guys, did you lead any of your own projects while you were here?
I mean, I was thrown in as like, I I feel like it's always like when someone gets sick, like they're like, I have the moment where, like, okay, I gotta just take it all myself. I guess I've had been in that position, but uh, I guess I always knew that I wasn't necessarily going to thrive in like a creative position. Like it was more uh just someone to logistically like cross the T's and dot the I's, I guess.
And then Jasmine?
I think one day when a production coordinator Phelan sick, and then Brenna was also out, so the position kind of laid upon me to be production coordinator for a bit. But yeah, I think it was like very few instances for me.
Gotcha. And then bouncing off that a little bit, do you think like after this internship, you're going to continue to try to be in the content creation?
No, definitely. Like I think just given the amount of experience like it's given me and like I guess confidence because it's like I've faced so much worse now before that I can feel like I can take on like a lot more in regards to like I don't know, just planning like larger productions and like just getting it all done, you know.
Yeah, for me, well, I barely completed like half of my college career, so I'm still going, but I definitely like still want to continue on this path.
Gotcha. And then just bouncing off that a little bit, did you guys enjoy it like while you were here?
Yes.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
All right.
Plus you get a lot of free food.
That is true.
Oh, yeah. That was the best part. The free food.
Especially when we go on trips. Those are my favorite. That's why I go on the trips. Like I told
real,
Rocky.
honestly. Yeah, so many smoothies.
Never had that many smoothies and Starbucks.
All right, so that's actually going to bring us to the close of this show. So I want to thank both Brenna and Jasmine for coming on. And Jasmine, I asked you how to pronounce your last name. I have no idea.
So my name is Jasmine Zuniga.
I will.
My name is Brenna White.
Yeah, that is extremely hard. But anyway, it was great being able to talk to you. I know we had spent plenty of time together over these last few weeks. But I want to thank everyone for coming to today's Q&A session with both Brenna and Jasmine. I do want to let everyone know that next week we will not have a TSMU stream, but the following week on August 4th, we have one of my favorite content people, best editor, I think, by far at TSM. His name is Shane McElroy. Really good photographer, really good editor, solid all around. Definitely want to check that out. Also, I want to make sure you guys are following the TSMU channels. Twitter.com/TSMU. I'm sorry. My mind is all over the place. I was told to hype up my boy Shane. My boy Shane, he's coming on. But also, I want to make sure you guys are in the TSMU Discord, which is discord.gg/TSMU. But with that being said, I'm signing off. Thank you so much, Brenna and Jasmine, for hanging out with me.
Thank
Thanks,
you for
Wheels.
having us.